do need to get a Nintendo Switch one of these days, but this place is speaking my language already. Seems like computer equipment, video game stuff. Some kind of new Nintendo Switch game. Alright, let's get up in here. See what this girl's all about. Doraemon right here, right coming in. One Piece right out of the gate. Switches, cheap, $15.50. It's not bad. Let's take a look over here. Oh, PlayStation Vita. Looks like they still make games for it in other places. I'm a role-playing guy. Sword Art Online for Vita. That's cool. Wow, Vita. I haven't seen a PS Vita in a long time. It's pretty cool. They're still popular here. Digimon. Very, very cool. I feel like I'm in a little Akihabara. DSL. The Switch is a good price here. $120. $15.50. Laptops. More Nintendo Switch stuff. Doraemon adventure game. Mario Kart. What's up, dude? What's up, man? Oh, he's playing. Monster Hunter, it looks like. Oh, Seiko. I've been playing this game right now. It's a very hard game. Very difficult. I play pretty much everything on PC. What else do we got? I don't know what that is. Oh, those tobacco things. Not a fan. Game stick for Street Fighter. Seems like Nintendo Switch dominates here. Another PS Vita. What do we got? Monster Hunter. That's what that guy was playing. This place is massive. It's all video games. It's awesome. Video Game Nation. Fire Emblem, really good role-playing game. It's a turn-based strategy role-playing. Final Fantasy X2 Remaster. Final Fantasy hasn't made a good game since Final Fantasy IX, unfortunately. Oh, that's cool, like a whole little tabletop setup. HDMI, nice screen in it. More laptops. SSD, you always want to get a laptop with an SSD. Do not get a moving parts hard drive laptop under any circumstances anymore. It is a stupid thing to buy. Well, this one's gaming away here. Got a pretty good frame rate too. It's only got an MX150 in it too. It's not bad. It's tough to get good frame rate on a fighting game with a crappier graphics card. I don't know if that was actual gameplay or just like a demo, but it was gameplay. Oh, now we're in the computer parts. SSD drives. Stay away from all these, they're all junk. The best SSD drive is always the Samsung, it's the 860s. I use the 970 EVO. By far the best, fastest solid state drive on the market. It goes directly on the motherboard, so there's no latency through the SATA. It can move much faster than the 6 GB SATA can. Oh, we got computer builders. Cool master case, junk. Power supplies, about $4.99. Antec doesn't make the best power supply though. Looks like they're building some rigs right now. That is what I did for 15 years. I can't tell you how many computers I've built and sold. It's probably in the thousands at this point. MSI I tend to stay away from too. Not reliable, especially on the motherboards. Mavic Pro, that's not bad. Oh, wow, 14,799. Holy shit. Crazy. Drone game's too rich for me right now. These are racing drones. These are first-person view racing drones. There's the new FPF DJI goggles. Seems to be all the rage on YouTube right now. They're the first ones to really offer a digital FPV with a low latency that has a pretty good picture quality. I imagine the next generations will be better. And only if you're like a crazy enthusiast, you'd want to hold off. Well, this guy will do it all for you here. Those are the regular radio racing goggles, it looks like. I need to get a drone, but I just can't afford one right now. Hit that Patreon. Let's keep it moving. Nice Mac repair, a little impromptu. Hackintosh he's got set up here. Software. I haven't seen software forever. What is he selling? Kaspersky junk. The best security that you can get for a computer is ESET, not 32. There's no better security in the world than ESET. They're kings of security. Kaspersky's garbage. Almost anyone else is garbage. If you want real protection on your computer, ESET, not 32. Especially if like you got grandparents or mom and dad and they're getting viruses a lot, you download the ESET Total Security System, and it won't let them do anything stupid. It'll block them from going to bad websites. It won't allow the computer to install malware, even in the background. Some nice headphones, actually. Well, that's why they cost $1 billion. 8,800. Fucking crazy. Things are expensive here, man. You can get anything you want, though. Or MSI. I said not a fan of MSI. Bluetooth speaker if you need one. Oh, the mini Fancom, mini PS1s. These come preloaded with a set amount of games. This is like another. These are really popular on eBay in America. I just pretty much put together like a emulator into control stick. Do you have 1+7 case? 1+7? No. They hate my phone here. Well, I imagine they would. My phone's made in China, unfortunately. With nice racing wheels, Ace Combat setup. Okay, what do they got here? Accessories. Bunch of stuff. Nintendo Switch seems to dominate here. Let's keep it moving. 9 minutes. On the side. Power converters, cheaper headphones, battery packs for days, batteries for phones. Good luck getting your Apple phone battery replaced now without it telling you it needs service still. Way to go, Apple. You guys are dicks. Mice. As far as getting a nice mouse goes, you want to always get Razer. Razer makes the best mice for gaming. And just all around use. They last forever. SSD adapters. This is for a MacBook Pro, so you can put in an additional drive instead of where the CD's at. This used to be a huge upgrade I did all the time in MacBook Pros, because then you could have 2 drives. When the SSD drives were really expensive, like 128 gig was $300-400, so you would get the bigger one, and you put in a moving part 500 or 1 terabyte drive. That's how all SSDs used to be. And that's mainly how most of these computer companies sell them now. Even they still put the smaller one in because it's so cheap to put the smaller one in, and then they put in a large moving part drive for storage. Let's see what graphics cards they have. Curious on the price. Ryzen's the best, that's what I use. I don't quite have the Threadripper, but I do have the Ryzen 7 chip. It's a very good chip. It's very affordable. Intel's pretty much dethroned now as far as I'm concerned. Intel stuff just costs too much money. This place seems to know what they're doing though. Cases are expensive. Monitors not bad. Corsair power supplies suck as well. They just shit out all the time. I, in fact, stopped using Corsair power supplies altogether because I had so many failures in computers. It just started making me look bad. The best power supplies are always Seasonic. They're American made, 100% made in America. The quality is just phenomenal. I've, in fact, never had a Seasonic power supply I ever got. It's worth the extra little price. Oh wow, check this out, GameCube. How long has it been since I've seen one of those? Like I said, the 970 onboard is the fastest SSD you can get. You got to make sure you get a motherboard that supports the mSATA onboard though. This guy's got mouse and stuff. Let's see what he's got. Oh, he's got the like more cheaper graphics cards. He's got some water coolers. Oh, water cooling still isn't that great. The only way you get good water cooling is if you make the kit yourself. Is if you take apart and take all the parts and actually build the water cooler kit. All the pre-made ones are pretty much garbage. A nice big fan will always outdo the performance of the water cooler unless you build it yourself. Wow, a little gas-powered Honda. These I do need. This is my preferred card of use in the Sony camera. He's got SSDs too. These are junk, never get these Crucials, they fail all the time. Absolute garbage. The Western Digitals are garbage, never get those. The only SSD drives to get are Samsung. I had a less than 1% failure. These Kingstons are junk too. I've had so many of the Kingstons fail, it's not even funny. Little knickknacks in here, headphones. Air Duster, that's another big. So say you got your own rig and you like cleaning it, don't buy Air Duster. You get yourself an air blower off of Amazon. It's called a computer vacuum. It costs like 20 bucks. It'll last you a lifetime. And it blows out at such a higher rate of air, higher CFM. Long range. But that's BGN. Like no one uses BGN anymore. Alienware, also junk, overpriced. Once they got purchased by Dell, they became not so great of a company. Bulky, heavy, looks like a little kid designed it. That's the problem with big PC manufacturers. They all look like garbage except for Razer. Orion makes a decent one, but it looks stupid too. seems like I think it's YY has the MacBook Pro copy out that looks pretty good actually. I don't know why. I will give this to Apple. They've had the best design on laptops for, I don't know, 10 years. Just as far as looks and aesthetics go. Not internal design, especially those early years. Now we're even worse. The touch bar ones are a disaster. I don't recommend buying a brand new MacBook Pro. They're nearly unfixable now too. And they keep writing in on these chips that you can't replace the chips now, so you can't even get them soldered. TP-Link, not the greatest of quality. Although this would probably be a good Wi-Fi router if you had a single level house. As far as Wi-Fi equipment goes in America, by far the best Wi-Fi out there is called Eero. And especially if you have a multi-level house, it'll give you the fastest Wi-Fi that you can through repeaters essentially. You can get such a consistent, good high-speed rate in a 3 or 4 story house there. So that's called Eero. It's more expensive, but it's worth spending the money on. This guy's got a nice store. It looks nice. Like I said, Switch dominates here. Not much Xbox stuff. It's PS4, it's Switch, and then I see quite a bit of Vita stuff too. They have a Nintendo Switch Lite? Huh. I don't do much console gaming. I used to be real big on it. Not anymore. You can get everything on PC. Let's see more. I need a fast card for 4K recording. The price is outrageous though. Schoolmaster, stay away from their power supplies as well, junk. I mean, if you're in a budget, sure, but just know you're going to replace it in a year. These are actually good Wi-Fi routers here. These are Asus's. This AC86U, it's a good one. If you're gaming, the Republica Gamer one is really good as well. It's worth the price. These Nighthawks, they're hit or miss. They're expensive, and the coverage isn't as good. This Orbi is a form of the Eero. Kinda does what the Eero does, but just not as well. It creates a mesh network in your house. It just doesn't work that well. TP-Link, I don't recommend. NAS drives, I don't recommend either. They're slow as all hell. I don't care how fast your network is. If you put data in it, it takes forever to put it in, it takes forever to get it out. You're faster to just use Google's free cloud service now. Unify, now these are actually good for a business. If you need access points and large scale coverage in a business, you can go through them. These are good. I've used these all over. Many businesses I have that equipment installed. As far as switches go, good old Netgear always seems to be pretty reliable. I've never had a problem with them. What else do they have switch-wise? Yeah, Netgear, a lot of Netgear. Rugi I wouldn't go with. Cisco, of course, if you've got the money, you know. They're usually managed switches, so really only if you need to manage the switch. As far as unmanaged switch goes, Netgear's the king. It's cheap, it works. I maybe have one fail every 5 years at all the different companies I have networking done at. I think we've been down here. I'm fucking lost now. This place is massive. I'm not a fan of the Intel cores. I think they're overpriced. I think AMD puts out a really good product with this new Ryzen chipset, especially the Threadripper. That thing rips. Not many women here. MSI really is big here, man. Let's see what their curved monitor is. As far as gaming goes for a monitor, I prefer the curved. I prefer a larger monitor too, at least 32 inches. Something like this. It's a good monitor. IPSs are good if you're just getting into it. They give you a good quality. As far as like a gaming laptop, and if you're going to spend money on it, by far the best is Razer, in my opinion. You can get a custom Dilla or Ryan, it'll take a while, it's a little expensive, and they still look stupid. So, if you want looks, power, performance, Razer laptops are the way to go. Drobo, if you are going to get a NAS drive, Drobo is probably the best NAS drive out there. They have the best software, it's easy to use, you can set it up at home. These are good Wi-Fi routers, they're fast. Asus has good quality. I've never used Huawei stuff because we can't get it in America really. What's up, man? Battery banks for days. IP cameras, pretty good quality. USB cards, it looks like. Yeah. Tiny guys. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. Comes with like a little necklace. I have so many of those. I have USB drives for days. Power strip. This is another thing you don't see in America that much, but they're very popular. They're dictators, dictation machine. Yeah, I can talk about computer stuff for days, people. G drives. Let's talk about G drives. Waste of money. Don't do it. Just because it looks like your Apple doesn't mean it's better. Lacy drives are shit too. They put Seagate hard drives in them, which are fucking garbage. Western Digital's crap too. The best bet for like a backup is to buy an enclosure and then put a nice drive in it. I really like the Western Digital NAS drives, the reds. They spin slow so they don't burn out fast and they last forever. I've had good luck with those. They have the purple surveillance drives as well. Those last forever too. I've had good luck with those too. The movie section. Like I said, you don't need a NAS drive anymore. Almost, if you need storage at home, you should take an old computer and just load that sucker up, put it into a RAID with hard drives, those purples or those reds.